Well, it's officially spring here in northeastern Minnesota, and this is what spring looks like towards the end of March. But because we say the word spring, my thoughts start to go towards flowers, and particularly orchids as far as northeast Minnesota is concerned. A lot of people don't realize, but the largest number of blooming orchids in any one particular area in the United States happens up here in northeast Minnesota. It's a bit early. It's the end of March. We should be looking at seeing our first orchid bloom, which is normally a fairy slipper or calypso, in about 2 months. Somewhere between the middle of May and the third week of May is usually when the calypsos start blooming in this particular area. I did a Google search and actually a YouTube search on native orchids to Minnesota, and was surprised to find that there weren't very many examples that were available. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you on some of my orchid hunts as we get closer to the blooming time and through the blooming season, and bring you into the areas where I find some of these orchids, anything from stemless lady slippers to yellows to ram's heads to dragon's mouth, and hopefully give you an idea not only what they look like in their natural habitat, but a natural habitat that you can look for these particular orchids. So just a reminder, I will be doing an orchid workshop in June through the Ely Folk School, and I do orchid excursions all through the orchid growing season. So if you'd like to go out for a day and find some orchids and take some pictures, get a little instruction, more than happy to do it. You can get in touch with me on the address that you see below, and while you're looking at that, I'm going to put on some slides of orchids that I've shot over the last few years. There are at least 30 different varieties that grow in northeast Minnesota, and I've got about 27 of them here that you can see, and all of these were shot within a 20-mile radius of Ely, Minnesota. So you know, it's a good place to come if you're interested in that type of thing. Lots of orchids here, lots of things to shoot. So enjoy the rest of the slideshow. Thanks for watching.
I'd like to lean on your ear for a bit, for just a minute or two, to tell you of a place that I hold dear, and maybe you do too. It's in the northern climes of my fair state, and one thing I'm sure is true: it's the greatest place in this whole darn world, and I'd like to show it to you. Picture a place where the pine trees grow, reaching towards the moon, where the eagle flies through sunlit skies, clear as rain in June. The aurora shines like a little girl's smile across the water's blue, on Voyager trails and Superior's tales of sailors tried and true. We got afternoons and midnights, working in the hole, stars and bars and railroad cars, and living till you're old. We got lumberjacks and hunting shacks and running water too. Northern Minnesota, God, how I love you. this land of ours, I find it kinda strange. The people think you must be nuts to live up on the range. They ask things like, how do you move when it is frozen so? Well, I get up and say it's a beautiful day, no matter how the temperatures go. So you can keep your city if you please, that seed ain't for me. Though I may come in every now and then, it's just a necessity. When it comes time for me to settle down, there's no question where I'll roam. Back to the lakes and my friends, hope this life never ends. Back to the waters of my home. And we got afternoons and midnights, working in the hole. Stars and bars and railroad cars, and living till you're old. We got lumberjacks and hunting shacks and running water too.